So today, we have arguably the greatest Spartan taking on DC's premier assassin, Master Chief versus Deathstroke. Who wins? Let's find out. So, who is stronger? Well, Slade is capable of casually breaking bones in metal restraints, pierce through stone with his sword with absolute ease, tear off an airplane door while it's flying at 500 miles per hour, send Batman and Nightwing flying with his attacks, and he's even drawn blood from Lobo, who is a Superman level threat. But John 117 is capable of lifting warthogs, which weigh 3 tons, punch through skulls, crush skulls easily, punch through tank armor, throw someone 8 meters, destroy and flip over Wraiths, and he even ripped off a Promethean Knight's arm and then impaled them with their own arm, right through the chest. His armor also increases his strength by a factor of 5. So I'd say they're fairly even here. Now, what about durability? Well, Slade was fine after massive falls and explosions, point blank explosions, and having a car slammed on top of him. He was unfazed by an RPG rocket. He survived a submarine being thrown at him. He's walked off being hit by 2 missiles. And he's even remained conscious after taking a beating from Lobo. He also wears the Icon suit, which is completely bulletproof and can create a force field that blocked a hit from a pissed off Superman. He also has a great healing factor, as he's quickly healed from bullet and stab wounds, as well as broken bones, regenerate half of his heart, and he's even seemingly healed from death, as he's been pursuing dead and just gotten up a few hours later. But Master Chief's Mjolnir armor has tanked Wrath's plasma blasts, massive explosions, point blank plasma grenades, and blasts from the Forerunner monitor. He also walked off a fall from orbit twice. His armor also comes equipped with an energy shield, which helps out a lot, and even if it gets depleted, it will quickly recharge after he gets some cover. I think Slade's healing factor grants him the slight edge here. But now, moving on to speed. Slade has routinely dodged bullets after they were fired, blitzed a whole group of soldiers before any of them could get a shot off, dodged machine gun fire, cut and caught arrows out of the air easily, jumped off a triggered mine before it exploded, and he's even tagged Kid Flash several times. But Master Chief's Mjolnir armor increases his reaction time by a factor of 5, which means he has a 5 millisecond reaction time. Everything moves slower to him, and he's moved as a blur several times. He's dodged point blank stun rounds from a 30mm cannon. He's moved to block a needle rifle shot after it was already fired. He's routinely dodged bullets, and he's evaded fire from hundreds of skilled marksmen while in a low gravity environment. He can even run at 45 miles per hour as his normal speed, and he can get up to 66 miles per hour as well. Again, I'd say they're fairly even here. So physically, Slade has a very slight edge because of his healing factor, but that's it. Strength, durability, and speed are extremely close. So what about skill? What about fighting skill? How skilled are these two? Well, Slade is one of DC's top tier fighters, and he's DC's premier and most feared assassin. He's a master in judo, ninjutsu, and swordsmanship, and he was a great soldier even before becoming a superhuman. He's bested Green Arrow, and Black Canary simultaneously, Black Manta, Bane, Deadshot, whole groups of ninjas and soldiers with absolute ease, Nightwing, Bronze Tiger, who's another top tier fighter, and he even has his fair share of wins over Batman. He's beaten the Teen Titans several times single-handedly. He's matched Ra's al Ghul in a sword fight, and he's even held his own with Lobo, who, like I said earlier, is a Superman level threat and a savage fighter as well. But to even qualify for the Spartan program, John had to prove he was one of the very best of the best, which he did. Shortly after his experiment, he easily beat 3 elite soldiers in just a few seconds, and this was after he said that his body felt weird and unnatural. He's been extensively trained in martial arts, infiltration tactics, and fighting in low-gravity environments. He single-handedly bested several Covenant aliens, elites, brutes, and Promethean knights. He even bested Spartan Locke, who had also proven to be one of the very best as well. Dr. Halsey and Cortana both basically said that Master Chief was the very best Spartan they had ever seen. To be honest, I think Master Chief is the better pure hand-to-hand fighter here, because Slade rarely fights with his fists, as he usually fights with his guns, his bowstaff, or his sword. But it's only a slight edge, and Slade more than makes up for it with his swordmanship. Speaking of weapons, we need to talk about their gear and weaponry. Slade's primary weapon is his Promethean sword, which is similar to Marvel's Vibranium. He also has a virtually indestructible bowstaff, several firearms, knives, and explosives. But Master Chief has his trusty MA5A assault rifle, a M60 Magnum, as well as grenades. I also think I need to mention their marksmanship skills. Slade has routinely dropped whole groups of men with headshots before they could react. He cut a fly in half with a thrown paperclip, and he's claimed that he can shoot the tail off a giraffe at 50 yards. But John has scored several headshots on snipers who were 30 meters away while running at 45 miles per hour. One surefire advantage in Master Chief's corner is Cortana, who can analyze Slade's armor for its weaknesses and capabilities. Master Chief also has his energy shield, which Slade will have to deplete before even being able to hurt John. And then, if it is depleted, it will just quickly recharge after some cover. But that's where Slade's sword comes into play. Because I'm confident in saying that with a direct hit, it can pierce through John's Mjolnir armor, and without the armor, there's no shield. Slade also has his enhanced mind that allows him to think 9 times faster than the average human. So, who wins? Well, it can literally go either way. These two are very evenly matched. They're basically physical equals and can match each other in terms of skill and gear. But here's how I see it happening. Both have bulletproof armors, so when they see that their guns aren't working, they'll engage in close quarters combat. And in that situation, I believe Slade is winning because of his Promethean sword. Not every time, but I think Slade will take the slight majority over Master Chief. Deathstroke wins. Like and subscribe if you did enjoy, leave a comment of what you think, and hit the notification bell to be notified of all my future videos and all the great stuff. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.